Okay, today we're doing arithmetic with polynomials, which is going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying different expressions with x and maybe y as well, or maybe some other variable. So remember that like terms are terms that have the same variable and the same power of that variable. And that the commutative property is that 5 plus 10 is the same as 10 plus 5. So what that's going to allow us to do is add a bunch of things that are added together in any order we like. So if we start to go to, combine like terms over here, here we got a lot of them. Okay, so let's just start with this. 15m to the 3, 6m to the 2, and 2m to the 3. These are like terms, so I can add them. 15 and 2 is 17m to the 3. But then you couldn't do anything with this 6m squared because there were no other m squareds, and so that's just plus 6m to the 2. Okay, over here we've got x squared and x squared, and then we've got, some kind of number and a number. Okay, so 5 plus 12 is 17. And then we've got, in terms of x squared, we've got 3x squared, and then we're subtracting 7x squared, so we're going to have negative 4x squared. And we're still adding all this stuff together. We're only combining like terms. So you'll give the next two a shot. See how that goes for you. So it looks like the point that these two examples we're trying to make is that x squared y and yx squared are the same thing, right? Like I said last time, 5 times 4 is 4 times 5. Okay, so x squared y and yx squared are the same thing. So if I have 2 of these x squared y's, then I lose 3 of them. I'd have negative 1, and I'd add 3 back, and I'd be left with 2. Over here, on the right, you've got 9. All 3 of these are b to the 3 and c to the 2. Except the last one is c to the 2 and b to the 3, but it's really the same thing. So we got 9 minus 13 is negative 4. You take negative 4 and you add 5 and you get positive 1. Okay, next we're going to subtract polynomials, which is really just going to come down to distributing a negative and adding. Okay, so I'll show you how to do the first one. You have a to the 4 minus 2a. Remember, subtracting is like, multiplying by negative 1 and then adding. Okay, so negative 3a to the 4th plus 3a minus 1. Okay, and now we're looking for, the matching powers of a. Here I've got a to the 4. Okay, so that's going to be negative 2a to the 4. For here, regular a's, I've got negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1a. And then just in terms of numbers, I only have negative 1. Okay, over here again, I'm going to distribute that negative. So it's 3x squared minus 2x plus 8 minus x squared plus 4. Okay, so, the x squareds, I've got 3 minus 1 is 2x squared minus 2x, and then the constant numbers I've got are plus 8 and plus 4. That's going to be plus 12. Okay, so y'all do the next two and then check your work against mine. All right, so we could, use this to solve perimeter questions, since perimeter is really just adding up a bunch of things. We've got a rectangle with length x plus 6 and width x plus 3. Okay, well, that means that this is going to be x plus 3, and that's going to be x plus 6. So the perimeter is where we just add up all the sides. It's going to be x plus 6 plus x plus 3 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 3. So in terms of x's, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And for the numbers, I've got 6, and 3 is 9, and 6 is 15, and 3 is 18. And so the perimeter equals 4x plus 18. For the square, that's 2x plus 7. Okay. I expect that you know how to add up 4 of those, but why don't you just go ahead and try it, make sure you're doing it right. Okay, here we've got another one that's maybe not as immediately obvious. Given a rectangle triangle, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, I think it's going to be a triangle since we're talking about the length of the third side. Okay, so I'm just going to presume we're talking about a triangle here. Okay, so perimeter, so I've got just, some kind of old-fashioned triangle. 2 of the sides, okay, this is the third side. And 2 of them add up to, in total, be x squared plus 3x plus 3, plus this third side, which I guess I'll call like y, equals the perimeter, which is 3x squared plus 3x minus 5. So what I'm going to do to get this perimeter is I'm going to subtract x squared. I'm going to subtract 3x, and I'm going to subtract 3. And so I'll say that third side is going to be 2x squared minus 8. So that's definitely the type of question you could see like on the quiz next time of these geometry type problems. Okay, now we've added, we've subtracted, we're going to multiply now. We're going to divide in a later unit. We'll have plenty of time for dividing polynomials. We'll have different techniques. We'll have all sorts of tools for that. But for now, we're just multiplying. Okay, multiplication of monomials is what we did last time. Okay. If you needed review on that, you should definitely watch the video entitled, I think, Exponent Rules or Exponent Property, something like that. Just the previous college algebra video. Okay. So simplify this. So this is what you just did on the quiz. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. 5 times 4, it's 20. Okay, deal with the numbers first, then deal with the variables. X squared, x to the third is x to the 5. Over here, deal with the numbers first. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. X to the third times x is 4 total powers of x. If I have y to the 2 and y to the 5, that's 7 total powers of y. Over here, the numbers I've got are 3 and 6 is 18. A to the 3, 4, 5. B to the 1, 2, 3. And C to the 2. So this should be very familiar. We did this last time. We practiced this plenty. We're ready to move on. Okay, so now, we got to remember the distributive property, right? That A times x plus y, we have to distribute A to both x and y. So that's A times x plus A times y. Okay, but y'all have been using the distributive property for a long time. Okay, I'll start with this one. I'm going to distribute the 5 to the 2x squared to the x and to the plus 4. So 5 times 2x squared is 10x squared. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay. This one on the right. Multiply 4x by 3x squared. That's going to be 12x to the third. I'm going to go over here. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. And then 4x times 1 is 4x. I'll do the one in the bottom left. It's got more than one variable. It's really no different. So let's start with that. There's going to be 2. X squared times x is x to the third. Y times y to the third is y to the fourth. Here I'm going to have 2 times 8 is 16. X to the 3, y to the 2. And then this times 3 is going to be 6, x squared y. So y'all do the other 3 on the screen right now, and I'll come around and check it work. All right, next we're going to distribute multiple terms, which is where you have to distribute everything. So what did y'all call this, when you multiplied x plus 3 times x plus 2? Yeah, you call it FOIL. Okay, that's probably the most common thing around here. I'm sure there's other acronyms, but remember that's first term multiplied by first term, the outside terms, the inside terms, and the last terms. Okay, you just have to make sure you hit everything. Okay, so this is, okay, if I'm going to go back through and I'll just demonstrate. First is x times x is x squared. Outside is x times 2. Inside is 3 times x. And last is 3 times 2. Okay, and we're just adding all this together. Okay, over on this one, you can, if you are comfortable with just drawing the arrows of distributing x to these and then distributing 3 to this, that's fine. I'm going to show you a different technique, though, that when I was new here and I was doing Algebra 2, Lucy Metz showed me this, and, she really knew what she was doing, so, maybe some of y'all were lucky enough to have her. And she showed me the box technique, and I really like the box technique. Okay, so you got 2x squared, negative x, and 2. And then you're going to go down here, and you're going to have x, and then positive 3. And so x times 2x squared is 2x to the third. 2x squared times 3 is 6x squared. X times negative x is negative x squared. Negative x times 3 is negative 3x. X times 2, 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, and then the nice thing about the box technique is that along a diagonal, you've got all of your like terms. Right? So, and this is really good when you're multiplying a trinomial by a trinomial. So what this is going to be is 2x to the third. 6x squared minus x squared is 5x squared. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative x plus 6. Okay, and then, okay, so this is a good question. What's the difference between these two things that we've got? One you distribute the regular way and one you FOIL. I like that. I like that 194. Also, in a more general sense, the 5x is not being multiplied by the 2x plus 3 on the left. Only the 3 is being multiplied by the 2x and the 3. Over here, we need to first outside, inside, last that thing. So we're going to do that. But I think that'll be a little later. Okay, here we got a few more examples. And why don't y'all just choose a couple of them to do just kind of at the bottom of the page. Do the ones that you think you need. If you think you need to keep practicing FOIL, keep practicing FOIL. The bottom left one's a little more interesting. If you want to distribute more difficult ones, try the ones that have A and B in them, You got options. If you're watching at home, you would want to pause the video like right now, because then when you come back, it's going to show the answers immediately. Okay, and there you go. And so my recommendation is to use the box for, the ones in the bottom right. But you can do whatever you like. If you're just good at drawing the rainbows and figuring out what's going on, then you stick with that. Okay, next, x minus 2 squared. Okay, you cannot say that is x squared minus 4. That is just like, you cannot do that. All right, and so what I was saying is that this is not equal to x squared minus 4. You cannot do that. What you need to do is you need to actually square the thing. Okay, so that's going to be x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 2. And we're going to multiply the first, that's x squared, minus 2x minus another 2x is minus 4x, and then plus 4. Okay, y minus 3 times y plus 3. This is a special one. You'll go to recognize this one because of the way that we end up factoring what we're going to get. Okay, y times y is y squared. Outside is plus 3y. Inside is minus 3y. Last, negative 9. Okay, plus 3y minus 3y is 0, so that's y squared minus 9. Okay, so given a rectangle with length x plus 6 and width x plus 3, what is the area? We already did the perimeter earlier, so we're going to take the area by multiplying. Okay, so that'll be x squared, 6x, 3x, and 18. Okay, so that's a total of x squared, 9x, and 18. If we have 2x plus 7 and 2x plus 7, we already found the perimeter. We'll find the area. The area of a square is you square the side length. Okay. Can you just say that this is 4x squared plus 49? No, don't do that. Okay. You actually multiply it out. 2x plus 7 times 2x plus 7. Okay, so that's going to be 4x squared, 14x, 14x, and 49. Okay, so that's 4x squared, 28x, and 49. You'd lose that 28x.